finally arrived. Barbenheimer weekend is now upon us. Greta Gerwig's Barbie and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer finally land in theaters today after more than a year of online memes that have playfully pitted the two films against one another. Here to tell us more about both films is our movie critic, Rad. Great to have you in the show.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's start first. We're gonna talk first about the phenomenon that is Barbenheimer. It has taken the internet by storm. So why would two of the most anticipated movies of the summer choose the same release date? I feel like, I love this poster, by the way. I feel like studios typically try to avoid this, but it kind of feels like everyone is leaning in.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think initially everyone's reaction was the same as yours. Like, why? Why would you take two of the most anticipated movies of the summer, pit them against each other and cannibalize them? And I guess there was this thought that maybe the people, the film bros, the self-serious type who would like Christopher Nolan movies because Christopher Nolan made the Dark Knight movies, that they wouldn't really care for a Barbie movie, you know, with all its bubbly pink and stuff, made by Greta Gerwig, the woman who made Little Women and Lady Bird. So I think they thought that this was counter-programming, the audiences would overlap, and boy, were they wrong. Because if you love movies, we're not subscribing to this gender division.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not doing that. We like both our Nolans and our Greta Gerwig movies, and we are anticipating both of these movies on opening day. And so that's how the Barbenheimer phenomenon began, where all the people who want to see both of these movies, who are fans of both of these filmmakers, they decided to fuse these together like atoms, right? And so now you get this, what you mentioned, like the fan art, the memes, like, you know, taking the grays, the drab grays, the self-serious browns of Oppenheimer, and mixing them in with the bubbly bubblegum pink of Barbie, and creating fan art and posters and swag.
Yes.
You know, there's like shirts for Barbenheimer that they may wear to the theater today when they decide to double bill them. That's the big thing, right? Everyone's like, you know what? You tell us, you try to segment the audience. We're gonna watch both movies on one day. And
we're really sticking it to the man by going to see both of them.
I know, both of these big studio products, where this is our way of protesting, double billing them.
So for people who are planning this double feature, which one should we see first?
I mean, first of all, can I just say I'm very against double billing? Like,
really?
I mean, I think every movie deserves its own day, so you can sit with it. But if you are doing this, I do believe you should do Barbie first, because it's light, it's fun, but you know, it doesn't stick with you for very long. Whereas when you watch Oppenheimer, I think you're gonna want a few days to let that settle and marinate, because it's just so big and massive.
Okay, so I feel, is this the trailer that we've got of Barbie? Okay, let's listen to it for a second.
Or you can know the truth about the universe.
Hey, Barbie. Can I come to your house tonight?
Sure. I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
I'm so excited for this. Okay, so what can fans expect from Barbie Land?
Look, it's fun, right? I mean, I think if you're talking about movies about toys, this is way better than like a Transformers, right? It's way more thoughtful. It's way more aesthetically pleasing. Greta Gerwig is a filmmaker who knows how to. She takes inspiration from master filmmakers like Jacques Tati to put this together. At the same time, I was a little underwhelmed. Like, I did love every scene with Ryan Gosling where he plays Ken as this red-pilled masculine figure who discovers that the real world is a patriarchy and he wants more of that, and he has a lot of fun. But right there, I'm complimenting the Ken character as opposed to the Barbie character in a Barbie movie, and that's because I feel that both Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, I feel like they were hemmed in with this movie because they wanted to be very thoughtful and considerate about what a problematic figure Barbie could be, like what kind of an influence she could be on young women, how Barbie as a corporate product set feminism back, and so they negotiate that throughout this movie in a way that kind of gets in the way of just having silly fun. Okay. You will have fun if you come with as a girls' night out, bring your girls' night out and bring that energy, and it'll still be fun, but I think it misses the bar.
Okay, what about, actually, first, let's take a look at the Oppenheimer trailer.
Oh?
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means.
Okay, so this looks way more intense, Oppenheimer. How did you like this movie?
I was actually blown away by most of it. I mean, and look, this is a movie about Oppenheimer, the creation of the atom bomb, a bunch of men, like, you know, who have to compartmentalize themselves as a team, but also as a human to decide that, oh, this is just a science project, this thing where I could end the world. So I think for a long while I thought this was going to be Christopher Nolan's masterpiece, but Christopher Nolan typically fumbles the last act, and at the last act of this movie, I feel like I was being cajoled to an emotional catharsis that it didn't really buy. So, movie that could blow you away, but also has its flaws.
Okay, Rad, thank you for two very different movies and two wonderful opinions. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me. Barbenheimer weekend.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.